Hello friends and welcome back to the channel. On today's episode I am going to be doing a follow-up review of the cool Tooty air compressor by No Name that I got earlier this year. I purchased this compressor new when it had just come out, and I did a full unboxing and initial review back in January of this year. I will leave a link to that video in the description below if you want to go check it out. So let me move a few things out of the way and we'll get right to it. Alright, so before I get into the air compressor, I thought I would take just a few minutes and go over with you guys what airbrushes I use with my compressor. I'd also like to point out I only use acrylic paints with my airbrushes. I don't use enamels and I don't use lacquers. I've just never really had the need to use them, and I've always been really happy with how the acrylics have worked out for me. Not to mention the huge selection of colors that you have with acrylics. Now I'm going to go over each of my airbrushes and how I have them set up and what I use them for. Now this works for me, what works for you may be different. Like I said, this is just a quick overview of the tools I'm using and how I'm using them with the air compressor. I also want to point out that I do use a quick release unit on the end of my air hose for these, and I also have an inline pressure regulator that I use. I'll go over more on that later. So now, on to the airbrushes. This is my current lineup of airbrushes that I use on a pretty regular basis for all of my builds. First one is probably the most used airbrush I have. It's actually an inexpensive airbrush that I got from Spray Gunner, and it came as part of a portable cordless compressor kit that I purchased back in 2020. I was looking for a quieter solution. I just needed to do a quick job on some small parts. So I decided to give one of those little air compressors a try, and the kit from Spray Gunner, which included the airbrush, was priced well, so I went ahead and got it. Unfortunately, I was very disappointed with the portable air compressor, and it actually failed several months after I started trying to use it. That said, the one redeeming result of that experience was a really nice, inexpensive airbrush. So one of the things I really like about this airbrush is it is very simple, very easy to use, and it's very easy to do a quick clean. In other words, I can go from spraying very light colors to a very dark color without a lot of time spent cleaning the airbrush out in between. This airbrush is definitely one that I would suggest for someone who's getting started with airbrushing. Okay, the next airbrush in my arsenal of airbrushes is my Pache 3AS dual action gravity feed airbrush. I have this one set up with a very large needle and a fan cap. This gives me a wide spray pattern. I use this one primarily for painting large pieces, base coats, priming, and anything that has a large surface area that I need to cover. This particular brush and its current configuration requires at least 30 psi, and even though it can be a little finicky, it works very well for me. I would not suggest this airbrush for someone starting out with airbrushing, but if you practice, you could definitely work your way up to one of these pretty quickly. Okay, on to the next one. This airbrush here is my Badger Sotar 2020. It also is a dual action gravity feed airbrush, and this airbrush is really great for fine detail work. It just works amazingly, honestly. It gives me a very high level of exact control. The action is smooth and precise. It has adjustments so I can limit my throw of my trigger so I never accidentally have a big spurt of paint come out. I usually run this one anywhere between 10 to 20 psi depending on the thickness or thinness of my paint. Currently it's set up with a very fine needle, so I can get in and do some very precise painting with it. So I really enjoy this paintbrush, and even though it took me a little while to kind of get the hang of it, it gives me great control and I just love how well it works. This is also a more advanced airbrush, and I wouldn't necessarily suggest it for someone new to airbrushing. Okay, so that's my airbrushes. Now, let's get on to the air compressor. Okay, so here we have the cool Tooty air compressor. Now, as I stated before, I've been using this compressor very heavily for the last 8 months or so. So first I'm going to go over what I like about it. One, it's quiet. The compressor will kick on to charge back up, and when it does, it's not like a distracting, horrible noise. Also, while it's running, you can actually have a decent conversation with someone, even if you're in a small room with this thing running. So sound-wise, this thing has been great. The tank is a good-sized tank, and it offers a very steady and consistent flow of air. And because this one has a tank, the compressor doesn't run constantly the whole time. Also, the unit doesn't vibrate very much. It does have these rubber feet, and when it's running, it's not shaking and moving across the floor, which is what happened with my old one. The regulator and gauge are easy to adjust and very easy to read. To adjust the regulator, you simply pull this cap up, make your adjustment. Once you lock it in, push it down and it's locked in place. I currently have this one set to about 30 psi, and so far it's been holding its pressure consistently. Right now it reads 0 because it's off and it's unplugged. However, when I'm using it, if I do need to adjust my airflow on the fly, it's very easy to do and it works very nicely. Several months ago, I added an inline pressure regulator that I mentioned earlier. So now, when I'm working and I need to adjust my airflow, I can simply adjust this on the fly. I did add this little marking to the knob of the unit, so when the mark is pointing towards the airbrush, the airflow is off. When the mark is pointed completely away from the airbrush, it's pretty much wide open. A side note here, when I adjust the pressure this way, there's no indication of how much PSI is actually at the airbrush, as the gauge on the compressor will always read 30 PSI. Now, this is something that I've learned to adjust by feel and experience, so it wouldn't be recommended for someone new to airbrushing. The air filter and moisture trap are also a very nice addition. However, I don't typically use this very much. Where I live, I don't really have too much humidity, but occasionally I will get a little condensation built up in there, and when I do, I can just simply press this and it'll evacuate it. The drain at the bottom of the tank works as designed. However, sometimes it can be a little finicky when you're trying to get it open and closed. As I stated before, I don't typically have high humidity, but ever since it's been in use, any moisture that comes out of this drain is usually rusty in color. This is something I watch constantly because I don't want the tank to get rusty, and I don't want the rust to interfere with my paint, and I definitely don't want the tank rusting out. To ensure that this doesn't happen, every time I'm done using the unit for the day, I will always undo this and let the air and moisture drain out. Then I usually leave it open, and I don't typically close it until the next time I'm ready to use the compressor. The cooling fan is a nice bonus, and it runs very quietly. However, this is also one of my main complaints on the whole unit. The fan is located and mounted right above the piston assembly, so as the cool air is drawn in, it evacuates past the fins in the top of the piston unit to keep everything nice and cool. Now, I have never experienced overheating on this unit, and for what I do, I probably will never have a problem with overheating. Now, on my unit, as soon as you plug in the power cord to the wall, the fan comes on. So the fan will continually run as long as it's plugged into AC. No matter whether you're turning the switch on the unit on or off, the fan will always run. I recently spoke with Spray Gunner on this, and they informed me that my model is one of the early models, and they have since rectified this and engineered a new design. So any compressors that you buy today, the fan is wired a little differently. It's actually wired to the switch. So even if you're plugged into AC, but the switch is off, the fan won't run. As soon as you turn the unit on, the fan will start running. That's a great design feature that they've added in, and I'm really glad that Spray Gunner listened to their customers about this and made the change. This just shows me they're really committed to good customer service. And by the way, as far as customer service goes with Spray Gunner, I have never had an issue. Their customer service is always dead on, they have fast shipping, great follow-up, and I really can't say enough about their customer service. It's just awesome. So to quickly summarize my full review, this is a great unit. I'm really happy I purchased it. Even with the small fan issue I have, it actually doesn't bother me that much now, and there was a positive from that experience. The way I have mine plugged in is I plug it into a power strip with a switch. I always know it's turned on and I don't forget that it's actually on. I always know that if I hear that fan, I need to hit that button on the power switch, which reminds me to also drain the tank so that I'm done for the day and it won't go off in the middle of the night and wake anyone up. Currently, they have these available on their website for around $150, if you're in the market for a new compressor and you want a good solid unit, I definitely think this one is well worth the $150, and I'm sure you won't be disappointed. I'll leave a link to this unit in the description below. Please feel free to click on it and go check it out for yourself. So that'll wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them down below and I'll get back to you. So until next time, friends, be safe out there and go build something.